There's so many people who speak about topics and they're very emotional and they're strong and convincing in how they deliver whatever they're saying. But it's very important for you as you listen to understand that passion does not mean fact. Passion does not equal truth. Sometimes you can be passionate about something and still be wrong. One of the things that I've heard over time, I've heard this um, over and over again, even people posting it in under the videos that I make and comments that they would make. And the comment is, you cannot fight for your marriage alone. It takes two. And while there is a measure of truth in that, it is not absolutely true. What should be said is it's better when both people are fighting for the marriage. The reason I've said this, and I'm saying this, and you've heard me say it before if you've been following me, and I'm hoping that you guys follow and share for more videos, because I really think that my job is to help. I've done the training as a psychologist and family therapist. I'm in private practice and I deal with clients going through this and have a really high success rate. Um, but what should be said is it's better when both people are fighting for the relationship. What is really interesting and something that you should pay attention to is when the relationship is broken, one person gets blamed. One person gets blamed. When the relationship needs to be fixed, we're saying we need to. And I want to tell you that you can fight for your marriage. Now, even if you're the person who caused the breakup, who caused the strain in the marriage. And even if you're in a space where it took your spouse filing for divorce or leaving the home or saying that they're moving on to get your attention, even if you're the person who has broken all the rules, you can fight for your marriage again. Here's why. Now, if it's abuse, if it's physical abuse, I mean, like, you got to go get some help, like, for real, for real. But the reason why I'm saying it's possible for you to fight for your marriage, because in most, excuse me, I have a cold. In most cases, the person, your spouse, has love for you. They may say all kinds of stuff. I'm not in love with you anymore, whatever. Your behavior caused them to get in that space. And you have to be in a really, 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 really bad place for them to totally hate you. It may not be a lot of love. It may just be like you have a glass and just drank orange juice and you drank all of it. And I come and I pour some water in it. It's still going to have that taste of orange juice. And sometimes it's just that sliver of love that's left. And if you can find that, you can begin working on the relationship and working not to win the person back initially, but to recognize what you did to get the relationship to the space that it's in right now. So many times we don't want to deal with those things, especially the people who come back and they start going to church and they start praying and fasting for a week or a month, and they're like, well, I asked for forgiveness. How many times do you want me to ask? Not being cognizant of, you've been doing this wrong thing for years. You've been doing it for months. You did not stop until you were caught. So you have to offer some grace and some time to your spouse to be able to get to a space where they feel that they can trust you again. You've got to be super patient. You cannot accelerate this process. It cannot be on your timing. If you say that you're sorry twice, it's having that disposition of um, when your spouse is talking, that you what's the word? I'm sorry, the word slipped me right. Validate, that you validate their feelings and not defend. Validating, saying, I see why you feel like this. And sometimes one of the most beautiful things for the person who has caused the hurt to do is when just out of the blue, not because your spouse has asked for it, but you just, you may be doing something and the thought comes to you that you want to go to your spouse and say, hey, I've been thinking about what I've done to you and it's totally messed up. It's totally bad. Those are the bridging things, because the person who wants to reconcile, the person who has broken the relationship wants to come back like a bulldozer and put up a big sign saying, I love Jesus now, I'm praying now, I'm fasting now. You need to come back in relationship with me now. It has to happen now. No, it has to take time. And it has to be that God is working on their heart. Not even, and it's totally an insult to God. Like, it feels like you're using God. So I prayed 3 times, went to church 4 times, got baptized twice. And so God, no, it's kind of dealing with the situation and dealing with how you got to where you got to. Right. So it's important to understand that you can fight for your marriage alone. First, by acknowledging what you've done, doing the work of repair, self repair first, and then self repair first as you connect to God. You can't do that outside of God. And then offering grace and offering patience. You may see this person looking like they want to go out with somebody else and all of that. You just say to yourself, hey, I broke this and I have to be patient. I have to believe that God is going to keep him or her from being in a relationship, keep him or her from whatever. But it's not something that you stop. It's not that you stop fighting for the marriage because you see that the person that you hurt is not reconciling as quickly as you want them to reconcile. You can do this, but you have to be patient. You took a long time doing bad. Now you got to take a long time doing good. It's going to change. It's going to shift, but you have to be patient in the process.